Welcome to Experience
No!
Pints.
Welcome to Experience Pints.
No, welcome to Experience
No, welcome
Pints.
to Experience
No,
Pints. No.
welcome to Experience Pints.
No, welcome to Experience
Where
Pints.
we experience pints.
No, they're not even doing it right.
We're
16
You want
ounces
to fire
of
up the
gaming
joint?
knowledge. No, I don't want to. Welcome to Experience Pints. I'm Corey. This is... You say your name when I point to you.
Oh, all right, host.
That's right. Who's 11-1?
Who's 2-17?
I'm okay with being 2-17 in Call of
This
Duty.
has a little backstory.
I'm going to tell the backstory. I'll tell the backstory while you unwrap whatever our pint is for today.
You will tell the backstory?
I'll tell the backstory.
You're
So
all
this
about
one
a backstory, aren't you?
This one time I was playing Call of Duty online, and apparently my friends were watching me play. And I had scored 2 kills and 17 deaths in a match. And for about 3 to 4, maybe 4 years now, I haven't been able to live that down.
2-17.
That's the story. It's 2-7. Okay, I had a bad run. You
For
just
3 or 4 games straight.
I probably went to the bathroom or something. You don't know. 2-17 is not that bad. It could be worse. It could be 1-18. It could be 0-19.
Who was 0-19? Oh, you've done that before too.
Oh,
is that
I actually have.
okay?
It was that time I was trying to get the achievement for doing melee kills with throw knife. With this one?
Yes. I'll be pouring as you continue to talk, host.
Oh God, I'm breaking the Tetris glass. No, I mean, you can't rag people for being bad at a game. I mean, I'm not good at competitive first-person shooters, especially with my internet that sucks. So I do lag a lot.
Oh, using lag as an excuse.
Well, you know, it's not an excuse. It's a reason for me having 2-17. Is that still an excuse?
Yep.
Okay. See how that goes.
Full of excuses.
I'm about to be full of whatever this beer is. What is this beer today? Look, doing this brown sugar, sweet release.
Brown sugar. Brown sugar.
Oh, it is sugar. Let me
Oh
put it right
shit.
here.
My sugar.
My sugar?
Oh god.
Oh, you.
Oh, look what I did. Look what I'm doing here. Just all over.
You're pretty much stolen the couch.
Oh, man.
More honestly, you really
Look at the head on that.
that couch.
Look at the head.
This couch has seen a lot of Hennessy.
Stop looking at my head, Corey.
I'm not. I can't take my eyes away from it.
Off the brown sugar.
Yeah. So apparently, Experience Pints is brought to you by
Oh god, brown sugar.
Sugar.
Ah.
Wow, this actually looks
Pretty good.
fancy and shit. So you do a commercial shot for this, honestly. It's almost like styrofoam. It's so thick. I can't drink it yet. I don't want to.
You're gonna have to wait on that head to die down.
So where did you pick this up without saying names?
A gas station.
Wow, we got this from a gas station. Really going out of our way to get weird beers.
Hey man, hey, gas stations are getting pretty good lately about carrying
Yeah, you're right.
those
about
beer
that.
caves. I'm all about the beer cave.
A lot of the local breweries are kind of popping up here and there. As we talked to that one guy, he made it pretty clear how that works. What, one company for the entire area?
Which one?
Oh, is it Budweiser that does all the beer for the area?
No, you're saying that there's two different
two.
companies, and I can't remember them.
It's up to their discretion what they want to carry.
I think that Budweiser was actually owned by a larger company or something.
They got bought out from like a European company some time ago, a couple of years back. It was a big deal. Well,
To Experience Pints?
I'm gonna
Experience this pint now.
about to experience the shit out of this pint. I don't want to sound racist or anything, but this brown sugar tastes like ass. Do we need to edit that
Does
out?
it taste like Febreze?
Not this time. This actually tastes like... Hold on.
What does it taste like?
Hold on. I'm good at this. I'm really good at this. I'm drinking most of the head, though, so much head in this. Thanks for that, by the way. Who poured this?
You know who poured it.
I watched you pour it. What am I saying?
Right.
I'm sorry.
Oh, God!
Ah! Leave it. Don't touch it.
All right.
It's caught all on GoPro.
Wow.
All right, anyways. So this is not the best beer we've had so far.
We've had two beers
the whole
so far.
2 times we've done this. I'm buying the next beer.
All right.
All right. Oh, well. Oh, all right, back to the point here. Welcome to Experience Pints.
Back to the pint here.
Apparently tonight we're drinking brown sugar. I'm going to put that way over there, away from me. And I was hoping to actually enjoy a drink tonight, since I ain't got anywhere to go, but
I'm sorry.
that's okay. You're sorry?
Maybe we'll play Flask You a question a few times.
I can handle whatever's in that flask. This. Yeah. Oh, man. All right.
Last week's beer
Let
here.
me start this off. Right.
All right.
So, video games. This post-holiday season, we have a little more free time than we did before, being our lifestyles don't really accommodate to playing video games in the holiday season
Yeah.
at all. So,
We're in the logistics industry. I can put that out there.
yeah, you can say that.
We're in the logistics industry and people buy shit during the holidays, which
It really
makes our
puts it
jobs a living hell.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Having said that, it's kind of hard to play video games, and they all release around the holidays. A lot of the bigger ones. Lately, past 4 or 5 years now, it seems like video games come out post-holiday, like you say, early January, March, beginning of the year, where there really isn't a lot of competition for some games. Like BioShock Infinite, for instance, came out at the beginning of the year a couple of years ago,
Right.
and there's no real competition that time of year. I mean, they could have come out like in November if the game was ready by then, and they would have been fine. It's a name that sells. But you do find a lot of hidden gems this time of year, games that didn't want to go up against the Call of Duties and the Dragon Ages of the world. They come out this time of year, and you get to spend some time and enjoy them.
I think Witcher comes out pretty soon. It'll be coming out in May.
Well, May is kind of far away.
It's a little bitty far.
5 months
whatever.
away.
Anyway.
No, that's wrong. That's 4 months away.
Yep, 4 months.
Yeah,
Yep.
math. See, January is 1, May is 5. So 5 1 minus 5 is -4.
Stop.
Okay.
You're hurting my head. Anyway, so
No, you can't.
not the head of your beer.
It's still there. Go away.
But like lately, all these remakes and shit.
Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of remakes. There's already a lot of remakes coming out of last generation of consoles. There was already a good fair amount of remakes. I would say, well, Tony Hawk had a remake. Metal Gear Solid had a remake. Zone of the Enders had a remake. There were collections on PlayStation. There was
Final Fantasy had a remake. Final Fantasy X had a remake
twice.
They just released the Final Fantasy VII HD remake thing, probably about a month ago.
Port. It's not a remake.
It's an HD
That's the
update
PC version.
And,
it's basically the PC version moved over to PS4. There's no no enhancements other than the fact they stretched the image.
Right, but didn't just stretch it. They made it fit right. There was a lot of complaints because they sold it as like, hey, Final Fantasy VII, we finally did it.
Finally! What you all have been bitching about on the internet forever. It's like the Japanese don't even have the internet or something. They don't know what we want.
It's like the RPG gamers Half-Life.
As I was going with PlayStation, had collections of God of War, Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Daxter. They were everywhere.
Yeah.
Everything that was big, the previous generation came back hot. And it was actually so far away from that point, and the graphical upgrades weren't all that spectacular a lot of times, but it was nice to have them. Perfect Dark. As I keep talking, I keep remembering things. Perfect Dark came out for Xbox Live a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Totally redone graphics, handled just about the same if you wanted it to. You can change the controls a bit more like Call of Duty, dual joystick and whatnot. It was awesome. I love that version of that game. Not the best, but it's awesome.
And they're not even just redoing, these old games. Now they're redoing last year's games. You've got Last of Us just came out. You got Grand Theft Auto 5 just came out again.
Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition.
Tomb Raider
Definitive
literally
Edition.
Just like back to back came out. And
Sleeping Dogs even. Thinking about those two games specific, they're Square Enix games, right?
Yes.
And they both had PC versions. Sleeping Dogs PC version was spectacular. One of the best looking games I'd ever seen up until GTA came out. Mostly because you can download a high texture pack for the game on PC. You could, I don't know, do mods and whatnot to kind of get the graphics somewhere. But be that as it may, you were able to play that game in some sweet fucking going. It looked great.
Right.
Definitive Edition looks good, but they changed a lot of things. And I wouldn't say I watched the video comparisons of Definitive Edition on PC and the original, and the upgrades.
Yeah,
are they worth the price tag? No. If you've already played the game like I did and beat it, like I did, when I saw it, I was like, yeah. But now I'm like, nah, I'm not going to buy it. And I didn't. I was interested at the time, but not anymore when I saw what it totally was. Not only that, they did DMC. They're remaking the remake of Devil May Cry with the DMC, which I played, and I loved the shit out of it.
Yeah, it was cool.
And I think I bought it on Steam.
But they're remaking that too?
Yes. I bought it on Steam, the PC version on Steam, for $7. That's going to be the best version of the game, especially coming out of last generation toward the end. PC was really raining down on consoles. Now, like always, everything's comparable, to my opinion. Far Cry 4 is the same on everything. Just crashes less on Xbox One.
Well, I haven't had it crash, actually.
On PC, though. It crashes on PC quite often.
Far Cry 4 does? Really?
Well, 3 had a lot of issues, too.
When you have open world games like that, I guess you're just kind of asking.
But to me, 3 didn't look all that great on PC. I got it. I know it looked better than what was on 360 and whatnot at the time. But when I bought it, I thought, yeah, I'm going to get this awesome, like, Crisis kind of feel. It looks so good in screenshots.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it, but I didn't think it was like, oh shit, no Crisis moments. You remember when you played Crisis for the first time?
But the lighting in it is fucking fantastic. Like,
my issue's been frame rate. I don't always notice that. I really don't. But coming out of games like Call of Duty, they always run at that like specific frame rate, like really high, really fast, really fluid. When you go to something that isn't like that, especially when you're playing on a big screen TV, and it's really noticeable, and it does take away at times.
When it's really noticeable for me now is when I go from playing present day games, like games that have just come out where 60 FPS is the standard. If you go back and you play an old game now where 30 FPS is the standard, you realize games aren't getting that much sharper, but that makes such a huge difference. Like, you didn't realize it then. You didn't even realize that it was an issue until you get now and then try and go back.
And
I
agree with that. 100%.
It's jarring. It's really.
I know.
I don't even know how he did it before.
I'm looking right now. I have Tony Hawk 2 playing on the TV over here. We're gonna play it later on, but looking at that, I mean, that's what it was. I don't know what frames per second that is, but
probably like 5.
But the way my thing is about games is that they run at that constant frame rate. Games like Far Cry, I feel like they're running faster in some points, but then dropping pretty hard at others. And that's my problem. If it ran at one specific frame rate throughout the entire time, I'd be more okay with it. But when it's fluctuating so hard and I can notice that my eyes are picking it up, way to go.
No, sorry.
I'm not even going to enjoy it as much. Assassin's Creed was that way. Unity. I played a whole 2 missions.
Well, I heard that game was just fucking loaded with mess ups.
I don't want to.
Guys without faces.
That was awesome. I never get that. I never get the glitches, and I got the glitch. I got the fucking.
You never get to see glitches.
I never see that shit.
You found a game where there's nothing but glitches.
The only other glitch I ever had was in Deus Ex: Human Revolution when I killed 2 guys and one bent backwards like he was a fucking gymnast, like this, like that. Another guy I killed fell forward into his crotch and glitched his face into his crotch, and he couldn't move the bodies. It's awesome.
So you stuck giving him a blowjob.
Yeah. I turned a guy into a gymnast, and one was a gymnast enthusiast, to say. It was kind of awesome. I had to give myself credit for that. That's the only time I could think of off the top of my head where I had an awesome, like, funny glitch moment or game breaking into so hilarious of a way. I never played not Dragon Age, Skyrim like everyone else did. I just broke the console and fucked around.
Yeah, you fucking dickhead.
Yeah, one of these days I'll play that game when they re-release it for PS4.
And
Skyrim Definitive Edition.
Well, the thing is, you won't see a Skyrim Definitive Edition because people have modded it. So like they got to make their own thing of it.
If they get low on money, they may just try to do that.
No, but here's what you will see.
What?
You will see Skywind, the Morrowind remake. People have been redoing Morrowind and Oblivion, and they're doing it with the Skyrim graphics, with the Skyrim mods. So it's like really fucking good looking Elder Scrolls old school, and I'm looking forward to it.
They remade Oblivion?
They're redoing Oblivion and they're redoing Morrowind. Morrowind was the one that was out for Xbox. Original Xbox and PC.
Yeah. Wasn't the prettiest game.
No, but
was that in first person or only in third person?
It was in. You could do first or third.
Was the first, not as it was Oblivion where they got the combat in the first person right. Am I right?
No, they've always. It's always been good to me.
Okay. I didn't play these games.
Okay, where Morrowind was good, and a lot of fans of Morrowind have had a problem even all through Skyrim, which I'm a fan of Oblivion and Skyrim, but where they really kind of have a problem is Morrowind had old school mechanics in the way that the game played. Like, if you wanted to go somewhere or if you got a quest, it didn't say, here's where it is, and mark it on your map. You read things, and you'd literally have to read and then and go and track it down. Or somebody might say, hey, go talk to so-and-so in such and such town. And then you'd be in that town later and be like, holy shit, this is that town that guy told me to go to earlier. And I'm here now. Hello, kitty. And
hey, say hey, Paul Walker. Paul Walker.
Paul Walker.
Yeah, Paul Walker's totally different situation.
Paul Walker.
Pay Walker's my wheelchair service. I don't know. Anyways.
Little lion.
Little panther. Tiny panther. Tiny panther. Either way, Morrowind, and that sounds terrible. I don't know if I like this kind of games or not.
I
as bad as adventures as I got with Super Metroid.
For me, playing an RPG that way is better than playing it where you're guided along, because in an RPG, you can essentially break the game except for in Elder Scrolls, where the world actually levels up with you and gets harder with you as you level up. And most RPGs, as you get stronger, you can actually outgrow the game. You go and fight a bunch of mobs until you're amazing, like they did in that South Park episode where they just fought a bunch of level 5 mobs in their World of Warcraft episode. Do you know about that
episode?
Anyway, until they're amazingly powerful. And then you go and you kill it.
You just grind and
then get so powerful that nothing can stop you.
Exactly.
And
that's the true meaning of
Pokemon. So to play an RPG where you actually have to use your fucking head and you have to think your way through the storyline, and you can break the storyline by killing somebody that's vital, that shit's cool to me. Cool to me on another level. Not a fan of that beer, huh?
It's literally one of the worst things I've ever tasted in my life.
All right, major stone shield potions should be... Oh, God, I'm gonna have diarrhea again. You can't go to the bathroom. You're stacking Sunder armor. It's okay. Mom, bathroom.
What, hon?
Bathroom.
Oh, that's a big boy, isn't he?
All right, Kenny, drink your elixir of the mongoose. I'm now going to use Mocking Blow.
All right.
Flask me a question.
Flask gear. Nope.
I'm trying so hard to think of a good poem with the word flask in a video game title. I can't. Flask.
Flask. Oh.
Aaron.
All right. Flask me a question, sir.
What have you been playing that's a remake?
I've been playing Duke Nukem.
Megaton Edition. It's everywhere now.
Which is fucking... Let me tell you why it's amazing. For PC gamers.
You gotta drink.
I gotta drink as I describe a game?
Well, you gotta drink before... I flask you a question, you drink, then you talk about the answer.
Are you trying to get me drunk?
I need to flask myself a question.
All right.
Okay. It's a personal one. I'm not going to talk about it out loud. The answer is...
Is this like a birthday wish?
The answer is rabbit ears and a good time. So... That's so much better than that fucking beer. Oh, sorry.
Flask me a question, sir. Oh, wait. I was talking about
Megaton Edition, right? Megaton Edition.
All right. So what's really awesome for PC gamers anyway, because I'm not really sure that Duke Nukem 3D came out on anything except for maybe N64. Came out on N64, right? Or was it at Duke Nukem 64, and I'm not even sure it was the same game?
I did not play Duke or Doom as a kid, honestly.
Okay.
I played Quake. Now, I know that Doom
Doom 64 was completely different from Doom.
Well, yeah, that and Doom came on absolutely every console. Jaguar,
PlayStation.
I think one of the Ataris, Saturn,
It's out
I
on
think
the
Sega CD, PlayStation, PS2. I think at some point. I'm not entirely. No, Half-Life 2 actually came out. Half-Life. I'm sorry.
Duke Nukem had a whole bunch of spin-off games like Time to Kill and stuff like that, which were cool, but still no Duke 3D.
Didn't Duke start off as a 2D platform?
It did,
and then Duke 3D was the.
They had some really cool ideas in the 2D platformer, like your original jetpack wasn't a jetpack. You had a flamethrower and you'd aim it at the ground,
Right.
and fire it up, and that would make you'd fire up the high joint.
What is that? The joint now?
This is the joint.
We got to pass the joint.
We always pass the joint. That's how this works now.
I don't know how that works at all.
Passing it, you've never passed a joint?
No, I'll
Hero 3 is what I mean by passing a joint.
Right. Let me just do I do this? Like,
No. Well,
do I inhale or do I hold it in? I don't know how to do this, man. Teach me.
it's not an e-cigarette.
Oh, this isn't a vape?
No,
Oh, man.
it's not.
I'm so sorry, bro. Go ahead.
Wow.
Go ahead, man.
But
Well, have you enjoyed yourself playing the Megaton Edition? What's
Yes.
different about the Megaton
All right.
Edition?
so for PC gamers,
Right.
PC gamers,
Master Race.
yes. No, one of the biggest things is that obviously it's like all HD and it looks legit and shit. But one of the biggest things is like to look up and down in the original, you'd have to use page up
Right.
and page down.
Or the arrow keys.
Or the arrow keys or whatever.
Yeah.
Now you can control your look with a fucking mouse, which is sweet. So there's that. I don't know, but
Well,
it's
we kinda
the
got-
way to. If you were to go back and try and play these games and you hadn't, this is the way to do it.
And
you wouldn't be able to do it
I totally-
trying to play the.
How much you
old
pay
way.
for something like this? It's like a really good edition of the game.
Well, right now, you can go to humblebundle.com.
No, put it sideways right here. Like this. Long ways.
Coming from the sky,
Yeah.
it's raining down.
Yeah.
Humble Bundle.
Just make it rain now. Can you do that? We'll find out.
I might be able to
Find out.
figure out a way to do it.
If it doesn't rain, then he doesn't know how to program this.
The Humble Bundle, you can go to their website and it's they have a bundle right now, and what it's got in it is it's got Duke Nukem, the Megaton Edition. It's got Shadow Warrior Redux, which is like the Megaton Edition of Duke Nukem, and that you can use your mouse and look around, and it's all HD and it looks fucking sweet. Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey, fucking great game.
It is.
And even
It's ahead of its time back then. It really was. It
it's
really was.
still unique in today's environment.
Did Munch's Odyssey? I know this is off topic. Like on an Xbox, the original Xbox, was that the same style of game? Was it like
It's
3D?
no, that's a first person shooter type puzzler.
No. The
Yeah,
first-person
Munch's
shooter.
Odyssey is the one where you have the crossbow, right?
That's
With
Stranger's Wrath.
Munch's Odyssey.
That's
What
one I
happened
don't
in
know
that?
about. I don't know.
Okay.
I never played it.
See, I never played it either.
It kind of came in.
That was a
went.
good question.
It was a big deal. Like when the Xbox came out, you get an Oddworld game and it's Halo shit. Whatever the fuck that
Okay.
is.
Well, I don't think that they've made the platformers. I'm not sure because I haven't played Munch's Odyssey, but I don't think that they've made the platformers the same way that they did with Abe's Odyssey, and Abe's Exodus. I don't think that they've done that again.
So
They're working on doing it again.
right, I know there's a remake coming out of that game
Right.
soon, but I don't know if it's the first one or I don't know much.
Well, they already came out with like the HD version, which is what is in this Humble Bundle.
This is the one that's in the bundle.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's in the
Okay.
Humble Bundle.
Shit.
And also in the Humble Bundle is the most vulgarly hard game.
Don't say the name. Don't say the name. What is it called?
Volgar.
No! No! Volgar the Viking.
You're gonna-
Volgar the Viking.
Volgar.
Okay. Let me talk about Volgar the Viking for a second. I think it's a great deal. It's actually a fun game. But fuck that game. Fuck everything it's about. Every pixel of that game is the demon's fucking seed. Fuck
What's crazy about it is how they just send just waves and constant waves and waves and waves.
It doesn't stop.
Guys,
It
just
doesn't
coming
stop.
out of the fucking woodwork. They're coming from
have
everywhere.
to die.
Guys coming from every direction.
This couch was Volgard. I don't know, man. You got to, you have to, you're going to die. If you play Volgar from beginning to end without dying for the first time, you see the future. You are like, what do you call those words? Like
hieroglyphics?
No, not Egyptians. People who can see the future. What do you call those people?
Psychics.
No. What do you call them?
Fucking future seers.
Know-it-alls.
Know-it-alls.
Yeah.
That's what they're called?
Yeah, basically our parents. They just know what the fuck's going to happen. They're going to totally call it from a mile away, and then they're right every single time. It's the only way you can play that game and not like have to play over and over and over again.
That's the whole point of a game like that.
It is. And it's fun.
It's like Dark Souls, but 2D.
It's a Meat Boy. When you fuck up, it's your fault. It's you. It's on you.
Yeah.
The game is fair in its rule set. Yep. There's no like glitchy shit. There's no like, oh, he didn't land like he was supposed to. Or, oh, like Tony Hawk. While I do love those games, sometimes the animations don't match up with what was supposed to happen. Like I could still be in a tail grind and then come down to the ground and be completely sideways, which would knock me on my ass half the time. But it was for some reason jump me, going forward like it was no issue. That sucks. Sometimes it works in your favor, sometimes it doesn't. You can't really rely on it. But in Volgar, it works 100% of the time. Mm-hmm. You die 100% of the time.
Yep.
And it's 100% of your fault. And it's clever, too. There's a lot of little clever ways of getting around that game. I think it's a great game. Despite how much I hate it and how free it is on Xbox Live.
Right.
You can download it for... Oh, no. That was last month.
Well,
Games with Gold last month.
If you don't get it for free, you can get it in the Humble Bundle at humblebundle.com. And you can pay what you want for this bundle. It's the 4 games there. And I paid $10.
You can pay what, $5 minimum, right?
I think you can pay $5. You might be able to pay even less than that.
$5.01.
And the
price is right.
The more that you pay, you actually like get little extras. There was something at the $10 mark, but I don't even remember.
That's how they do it. The more you pay,
I think if you pay $30, you get like some T-shirts and shit. But like the whole point of it is it's a cancer charity.
Right.
It's a cancer charity drive.
I think Humble Bundle is a really good idea. And something I've always wanted to delve into charity-wise for local things, Memphis-wise. I know that Child's Play is something you can partake in, where you buy video games for... Or is that
you talking about the movie series? I'm sorry.
Don't apologize to me. Apologize to kids and
to the children. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you asshole.
I'm sorry.
You can... they'll have an Amazon page up, and you go through and have kids assigned to these pages, or not just kids, maybe just like things all the kids together wanted to order what they want. And you can buy, like, say, I bought some movies last time for some kids. You can pick you go shopping and it's on the wish list, so you can pick from the buyer you want. You can buy a used copy for $3, or if you do what I did, is buy a brand new version of something, because you don't want to buy a shitty torn up box to some kid and email, get it mailed out.
Yeah.
No, but I think Child's Play, which is functioned through it's a video game charity. Like, a lot of people will play 24-hour streams to raise awareness and money through that, and they'll spend the money on the kids, or they'll encourage people to go to the websites themselves and get kids some things. And every holiday season I do that around for the Memphis area, Le Bonheur being the bigger one. So I know that I'm going to putting good, I don't know, good vibes, but like a good cause to something that I know, something here. And it's something video games have been doing a lot lately. With Twitch and live streaming, people have been doing speed runs. I've been watching speed runs of classic games, and sometimes they're tool assisted, sometimes they're like straight, non-emulated versions of the game, and they'll do ways of speed running games that people will watch, because it's entertaining. They'll watch it, and they'll go and put money in, and if you donate X amount of dollars, you get thrown into a draft for like a T-shirt, but the higher you bid, or the higher you put in, the more, like, the higher the prize is. And you can win a pinball machine. If you donate $250, you get thrown into the raffle for that.
That's cool.
It's pretty cool things. I think it's a really positive things video games are doing for us lately. Not for us, but for others. We are able to do more for people by just sitting back and playing video games, because it's an interesting thing. Like, we wouldn't be sitting here talking about video games if it wasn't interesting to listen to.
Unless we're boring.
I doubt that.
I'll drink to that.
I will flask to that because I'm not touching brown sugar ever again.
So when are you going to, for real, flask me a question?
I did flask you a question. I think you have to flask me a question.
Flask me one of those fucking trivia questions. I've still yet to redeem myself. I want to redeem myself. I'm forcing you to let me redeem myself.
What video game is the character Splash Woman from? You know what that sound means?
The lightning round?
Yes, you're right. And what does lightning strike?
Me.
The ocean. And what's in the ocean?
Sand.
Water. And what's in water?
Salt.
Molecules that can be understood by video game producers. And I call bullshit out on myself for last week as I was talking mad shit about nobody getting water right in video games. And you posted our video. And you added in some video clips of water in video games.
And I wasn't even trying to be an asshole.
You weren't trying to be an asshole at all.
You thought I was trying to be an asshole.
But I
say that you thought I was trying to be an asshole.
I thought you were trying to be an asshole, which 90% of the time are. But
I'm not an asshole, ladies.
Rim job, Alexander.
What?
Is that where we're going with this? No, and Crisis 3 had some pretty cool looking water effects, honestly.
Crisis 3 did.
That was the one that stood out to me.
Crisis 3, there were.
I didn't play Crisis 3.
Did you not?
I played on 360 when I rented it from Redbox and thought, this sucks. I have never played Crisis 3, and I probably shouldn't I?
Let me now reiterate on those water effects that you have brought up that for whatever reason I didn't think about whenever we were actually talking about that.
Whet my appetite.
No, there's like the first time that I noticed that it was like really badass was I was shooting at water in the PC version. I got to throw in that it's in the PC version. Yeah, I was shooting at it, and there's lily pads, and the lily pads floated away on top of the water.
Floated away,
like so they're stagnant.
Oh yeah,
you shoot the water, and then they float away and leave like an open area, and they bunch together.
Oh,
on top of the water.
I feel like an asshole.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe they had some. Was it Watch Dogs better?
Was Watch Dogs water better? Watch Dogs water was always stormy looking.
It didn't really react to anything.
I don't know, but it did look amazing.
You know what water was really pretty good looking though?
What's that?
Just Cause 2.
Just Cause 2 did have some good
because when
water.
you dive underwater, there's a whole underwater. That game, dude.
You know what game? Why are we still talking about water effects? But anyway, we will.
Sorry.
Yeah, but Metal Gear Solid series, Metal Gear Solid 2. I remember the first time I dove underwater in that, I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Tanker mission,
right?
The demo,
right? That's what I'm talking.
Had the rain everywhere. I mean, it just looked good.
Yep.
Damn,
heavy rain,
the heaviest of rains,
and heavy rain,
and ironically, the rain that game looked like shit.
Yeah. Anyway, so enough about water.
Yeah. Okay.
What remake have you been playing? Or have you played a remake? And what is your favorite remake that's going on right now?
Well, my favorite remake I can think of off the top of my head, Aaron, would probably have to be the Perfect Dark remake. I mentioned it earlier.
Right.
There was that GoldenEye remake that was okay. I said okay. Not good, but okay. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
But if you just had to pick one.
The Hydro Thunder remake's pretty good, too. But I had to pick one remake. The Bond remake, because the DMC remake I thought was awesome, but it's not a remake. That's like a reissue.
You mean a reboot?
Reboot. Okay, that's a better word. I miss reboot. Yeah, that show was so awesome, dude.
Yeah,
I remember I played the video game when I was a kid. It sucked ass. Game sucked terribly, but okay. Tony Hawk playing in the background reminded me of the fact that Tony Hawk HD Was it HD remix? Just HD?
That HD remake that released on all the consoles.
I think it was just called
recently.
Tony Hawk HD. I don't remember what it was called. It sucks.
But now no, hang on.
No, I'm not
hang
hanging
on.
I'm not
No,
hanging
you're
on to
gonna
anything.
fucking hang on.
The game sucks.
It did not suck.
It sucks. Oh, take it over there.
It did not fucking suck. Okay? Now that I've gotten to play, because it had been years since I'd played Tony Hawk 1.
Right.
Now, I've played the Tony Hawk series, and it's one of those series that as it grows up, you only remember the best of it. So it'd be like if you were to go back in time and revisit Grand Theft Auto 3 now. You only know what's happened since Grand Theft Auto 3. Like, things like being able to shoot through windshields and shit was not originally there. That grew in Vice City.
You're right.
You know?
You're right. You cannot shoot through
And so
windshields.
with Tony Hawk 1, you couldn't do things like manual.
You couldn't too.
You could,
As you see right there.
Right.
But that was the thing about the remake. The remake was basically, okay, if you remember...
It took Tony Hawk 1.
If you remember from the original Xbox, they released Tony Hawk 2X. Tony Hawk 2X was a reimagination of Tony Hawk 1 and 2. It incorporated
Yeah, I
those
remember
two
that.
games.
Yeah.
So basically, to me, the HD remake, which it also pulled in levels from other games.
They should have done that.
They should have.
But if you're just talking strictly
what they fucked
Tony
up
Hawk 1.
in the remake was the physics of the boards, the physics of the characters, and the physics of the maneuvers. Like the animation priority was way off. Like it's hard to really elaborate what I mean, but like if you were ever to in the school, I could still in that the half fight in the school. When you first take a left, there's a half up against the not the gym door, but some random door. You just keep going back and forth. I can manage to keep going. I can keep going all day long on the Dreamcast. But like when I started playing that game, the way the character would level out when you're in the air, it always put me to the left, straight into the ground.
In the remake.
In the remake. But being a remake, I expected to be ability to flatten my character out or even do a revert to keep my, my combo going, which is the opposite of revert would keep your combo going as you come back down.
Right.
You spin around.
Yep.
And that was introduced in 3. And yeah, I thought, hey, you're going to give me this remake of some of the best video games ever, but it never was Tony Hawk 1 and 2.
Hanging on to those things.
It was never Tony Hawk 1 and 2 remake. It was just Tony Hawk Pro Skater
Right.
remake, HD, whatever they called it. So they totally missed the mark by incorporating the later games, but incorporating the later games advancements.
And physics only.
And physics. Into what they brought in the physics was the newer games physics. Like I'm talking about the newer games where they try to go for realism but fucked it up. Like Skate.
Yeah.
Skate was a good game. It was hard.
It was.
But it wasn't.
It was overly hard. It was almost a simulation.
It was. And it wasn't as much fun as Tony Hawk was. Like I appreciated Skate for what it was at the time. When you pull off the simplest trick, it felt good. Just like when you're on a skateboard. If you ever pull off something like doing a fucking ollie, say, all right, I jumped my board, awesome.
Yeah.
But in Skate, it's like, holy shit, I finally fucking figured this out. I did an ollie in this game. Let alone a grind.
Right.
So the HD remake was full of promise to me because a downloadable version of Tony Hawk, which all you had to do was give me those levels and give me the exact same game back, and I've been fine. That's what the Halo remakes were supposed to be about. Giving you the original video game, the original physics, the original combat, the original everything was supposed to be intact and handled the same way as it's supposed to, rather than, tinkering to pull into a new engine, pull into the Halo 4 engine. No, they didn't do that. They kept them, faithful to the core game. They didn't do that for the remake. There was enough that was right to make it a fun game. I did enjoy what I played of it, but there was enough about it that people who really, really, really love Tony Hawk 2 and 3, because 3 is probably the better game, honestly. 3 is probably the best Tony Hawk game ever made. One of the best video games ever made, also.
Right.
I have an affinity for 2 because I fell in love with the series at 2, but I can appreciate that 3
got it all right.
And 4 was just, it wasn't bad. It was just more of the same.
Right.
You can do it. I think you can get off your board.
And I think 4, they added the online capability, right?
3 had the online capability.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, both of them had
I never had the fucking network thing.
And then I think, what was it? Thug? You can get off the skateboard.
Really?
Yeah. You remember that?
Did it have, was it an acronym for something?
Tony Hawk's Underground.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you can get off your skateboard in that game. You could do acid drops, I guess. That was pretty cool. Like you
could drop acid?
Yes, you can do that. And the game was fucking balls out awesome.
Sega.
This is the Sega Saturn.
You don't even have a microphone.
This is Sega Saturn. It was a video game console. They actually didn't release it like you would normally release a video game console. Sega Saturn actually released the day it was announced at E3. So they said, this is our new console. They showed it off like you would do for an Xbox. And they said, oh yeah, also it's available now at certain retailers. And according to a podcast I listened to, I already knew that little tidbit. They actually elaborated on it and said they actually pissed off all the retailers because they only released the console like they did a spontaneous release at specific retailers, like KB Toys, for instance, which no longer exists.
KB Toys, wow.
Yeah.
Was that store in the mall or was it its own thing? Yeah.
We just got a cross from our camera crew over there. KB Toys.
You were scared of KB Toys?
Yeah, KB Toys.
Hannah McCaleb, guys.
No,
was that a rest in peace?
We got to maintain the myth that nobody that's a ghost.
I think she's been seen in the background before already.
No, we need a ghost here. What? All right. This is all right. If he doesn't answer this question properly, he has to drink the entire flask. Camera, do you understand? Nod. You nod? Okay. All right. How much is in there? Let me see. No, you give that to me. All
it's enough.
He's got to drink his entire beer. He's got to down that entire brown sugar if he gets this question wrong. All right.
I'm drinking.
What one video game released in the holiday season was responsible for the video game crash of the 80s? I can't remember what actually the year was right now. 83. One video game release single-handedly brought down the entire industry before Nintendo came along and kind of revolutionized everything with home consoles.
I don't know. I don't care. A game.
One video game.
That crashed the industry.
It was so bad.
So bad.
So pushed. So big.
It crashed the industry?
It literally...
It
crashed the company that created it.
Did it end so poorly that it wound up in landfills?
Damn it, I had a smile.
Did it wind up in landfills?
Yeah.
So does that mean that you'll have to drink your whole beer?
No.
If I'm correct in my answer?
No. Please.
Are you?
It's so bad. Both the game and the drink. Okay. Can I add a stipulation to the question?
No.
Okay.
It's too late. You stipulated enough.
I shouldn't have said
the
this.
game was E.T.
You're wrong. Got you.
Are you fucking serious?
Pac-Man.
The
home version of Pac-Man was so bad, and everyone wanted to play Pac-Man at home that literally created destroyed the industry.
Burn your poker face.
No, I was actually wrong.
It was E.T.?
It was E.T.
It was E.T.
Yeah, they really lost a lot of money making E.T.
Okay.
Which is surprising. They actually developed that game in 6 months. Do you hear something? It's like a small mouse.
I have no idea. I was waiting on you to drink.
I can't down this. I'll gag halfway through. It's so bitter. It really gets me. It's like drinking an acorn.
You've drank an acorn?
Yeah. We live a little bit out around here. Squirrel life, you know.
Oh, shit. You Might Be My Hero 3. He's doing it. He's doing it. Do it. Finish. Oh, you bitch. That was pretty good though. I gotta give you props on that. Little camera, little first person shooter daps.
I want to hate my family. I want to hate the Lord above for creating me. I want to hate the genome pool, the way I came out of. I want to hate my cells decided to divide and create through mitosis my body. I hate my socks because my feet are warm. I hate my dog. It's shit in the corner 16,000 fucking times, and I can't clean that spot out for the life of me. I hate working at the job I chose and meeting you, because now I had to drink 2 pints of brown sugar. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna vomit at some point. I'm not going to do it on this podcast. Second one in.
Thanks for joining us tonight on Experience Pints.
Go fuck yourselves.
You're gonna tell our listeners to go fuck themselves after all the pain they've endured watching us?
It's not that. We're not that bad.
Not as bad as the beer you just drank?
Oh, don't mention the beer. It's so bitter. Oh.
It is bitter, but that's a good bitter.
Oh, it's not.
Oh, it's a good beer.
No, it's not.
It's good beer.
No, I
dug it. I dug it.
No.
I think I just like beer.
I don't know, man. That's not really beer. It's like craft beer or some shit like that.
Craft beer. Like craft macaroni and
It's the
cheese.
kind of beer you buy, you ever pay for it, you pretend to like it, but you sip on it with your pinky out like it's something fancy, but it's just a fucking $18 beer. Nah. I don't have that kind of taste, man.
What do you say about $18 beers?
That one sucked too. So maybe next week we'll have something a little more tolerable.
Like a podcast?
Man, hopefully. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for another edition of the
Seriously,
Experience
guys.
Pints. I was talking.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Host. Which camera?
Oh, that camera?
Sorry, guys.
Okay, sorry. Thank you for joining us for another miraculous edition of the Experience Pints podcast. I've been your host, Corey. This is my cohort, Aaron Alexander.
I've been your host, Aaron Alexander.
Thank you all for...
This is my bitch partner.
Thank you for joining us for Experience Pints. My name is Corey. I don't have wear a hat, so I'm not a bitch.
I think you wear several hats.
They're all made of hair.
I feel like climbing a mountain now.
It's about time you got a black guy on the show.